If anyone has young kids, you know that the premise of picking a costume can get a little dicey. We are currently in the situation of buzzer beater, okay? Typically, I like to have a 3-week rule for the girls, giving me their costume that they would like. In other words, I want a 3-week buffer for me to be able to order the costume and for it to come in the mail. But you know what 3 weeks is in terms of a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old? It's fucking forever. It's forever. And it's 3 weeks worth of, I have ordered the costume. And then it's forever of trying to figure out how many other costumes I can name that I would like to be for Halloween before my costume arrives. I do typically buy their costumes. I made their costumes 1 year. We'll insert a picture of that here. Editor Brad's going to nail that. I know it. And they were a corn on the cob and a pea pod. It was Ellie and Y. And that was a nod to my sister and I wore that exact costume when we were little. And it was adorable. And it was made of felt. And it was a one and done. Because I'm pretty sure I had to stitch it onto Wyatt. Maybe I'll do it next year. No, I shouldn't. I didn't enjoy myself. But they looked so cute. And I do think a homemade costume, it builds character. Because there's always going to be this moment of like, what is it? Oh, it's a corn on the cob. And that brings me to my next point, which is family costumes. Family costumes, to the people who get their entire family to dress up in the same theme, and your kids are older than, let's say, 4 or 5. The fuck? How you do that? How'd you do that? How'd you do that? Because 2 years ago, we were supposed to do The Little Mermaid as a collective family. I had an Ursula costume that I never put on, but it's in a bin in the basement. Jason was King Triton. Wyatt was supposed to be Ariel. Ellie was Flounder, which was one of the cutest costumes I've ever seen. Accompanied with the other one of the other cutest costumes I've ever seen, which was Sebastian, and that was Benny. Okay. In the last, I'm talking the very last minute before we leave the house, Wyatt decides she doesn't want to be Ariel. This girl has a wig, a full Ariel costume that came, with ample time. She, when it came, put on the wig, put on the whole costume, was flipping her hair around. She was so into it. I'm not joking. 5 minutes before we left the house, she goes, I don't want to be Ariel. I want to be a witch. And the messed up part is that we had a witch costume that was a hand-me-down costume from someone in her closet. So we then had Mom dressed as nothing, Dad on the other podcast as King Triton, Wyatt dressed as a witch, and Flounder and Sebastian. It was in that moment that I decided, fuck family costumes. Fuck them. This year, I'm pretty sure we're going to have 2 Elsas, maybe 3. Who knows? I don't care. I don't care. Because the only thing that a family costume would do is make a really cute social media post. And I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram. I don't actually fucking post that much, so I'm not committed to that bit, and I will not be partaking. You're gonna bleep that, right? While we're talking costumes, I figured I'd give you guys some of my tiny human costume tips I've gathered over the years. Number 1, don't choose anything that will elicit the response, I'm itchy. Okay. Maybe even put a layer of clothing under the costume. Number 2, don't purchase a costume that will scare the shit out of the other siblings. My children would not be allowed to be a spider. We bought a dinosaur costume for Ellie last year, I think. It had to get donated within 48 hours. She was like, it's in the house. I can feel its presence. Anything that's too realistic or has eyes that are too realistic, we're out. We're not doing it. Number 3, do pick a kid costume that comes with a tail. Because there's nothing cuter than that. God, when the flounder costume, it was like a bubble costume. So the bottom was sort of a little bit wider. And then it had Flounder's little tail. Are you kidding me? Number 4, do limit glitter like your life depends on it. Glitter. Horrific. Number 5, for all of your diapered tiny humans, do seek out costumes. You know exactly where I'm headed with this. With diaper access. Okay? You know exactly what's going to happen. You're going to get them dressed head to toe. And then their face is going to start to turn red. And you're going to hear a faint You know what that means? They got a surprise in store for you, trick or treat. You know what I'm saying?